weekend. I want to believe that you had some good time, enough rest. For those of you who were on the run, of course, I want to believe that this is a fresh start for you to right off the wrongs of yesterday. Mondays are always a new beginning. Also an indication for us to also know that indeed there is hope once you continue to work hard towards that great goal or that great dream that you have dreamt for yourself. It is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, and folks, as we always do it, we are here to serve you nothing but the best of breakfast on TV. We are airborne from now to somewhere around 10 a.m. where we finally land and make way for other programs to come your way. Finally, the 2026 FIFA World Cup ended last night. For us, the Barcelonans, we slept with pains, we slept with disappointment. But whereas the Spaniards slept with some joy and excitement all over. They deserve it. I mean, if you watch the game last night, you realize that indeed Spain deserved that particular win against Argentina. Well, I'm sure that if Godfred comes, he's going to give us all the details that you need to know as far as the 2026 FIFA World Cup is concerned. Something struck my mind last night when I was watching the World Cup. I mean, even before the World Cup is the final match itself. The anthem, FIFA anthem, if you listen carefully to the words, they kept talking about love. Love repeated itself several times in the anthem. Now, what struck me was the fact that did we really replicate the lyrics or the words in the anthem? We saw persons who applied to travel to the US to watch the FIFA World Cup. They were denied. We saw a referee denied access or entry into the US for whatever reasons. There was this one that we saw our very own Thomas Third Party. I mean, we know he has some issues dealing with. He has not been pronounced guilty here and there. But we saw it. If indeed we held on to the words or the lyrics of the FIFA anthem, that handshake should have gone on between Thomas and Spence, right? But I asked that question again because I didn't really feel the lyrics being replicated in the actions, mainly by some of the players. But well, we wait to see how it pans out in the coming days. We need to leave the words that we talk or the words that we sing in songs. But like I said, the World Cup is over. It is time for Spain to enjoy. They hold on to it till the next 4 years, where we will regroup the three countries again: Morocco, Spain, and also Portugal. Hopefully Ghana this time around will make some wonders ahead of it. But aside football, in the world of entertainment, a lot has been happening as well. Yours truly, Evergreen Asantua, will come your way with all the updates in the world of entertainment. But critical conversation for us this morning. If you have been monitoring the media space lately, most especially latter part of last week, you would have realized that some controversy was sparked even in Parliament. It entered into our trotros in our offices, in our various homes. I'm talking about the passage of the tribunal bill, right? And of course, it's now up to the president to assent to that bill. It has sparked some serious controversies over the weekend. The proponents of the bill believe that it is high time Ghana goes back to the tribunal system. The ones opposing also believe that, look, it's just a yardstick to prosecute, quote and unquote, opponents or critics of the government. But to what extent will the tribunals help as far as justice system or justice delivery in the country is concerned? We'll have a big conversation on that as well. Speak to a few people who matter in the justice sector. We'll find out if indeed this is a way to antagonize or victimize people who are seen to be critics of the government. Some trace it all the way to the PNDC era, how it was introduced, how they used that tribunal to punish some people and all of that. We'll discuss that. But what really is the mandate or what really is behind the setting up of these tribunals? We'll discuss all of that. But also, over the weekend, we saw it, especially on social media, where a lot of people were disappointed. People cried, people wailed. After that group, whatever group it is called, CWSP, I hope I got it right. We finally heard that, Charlie, the business who attention, a simple Ponzi scheme So that pyramid, remember some time ago we discussed it right here in this studio. Yeah. And it raises concern. I mean, how gullible have we become as a people? The quest to chase after fast track money, quick money. Everybody is eager to get some money that you did not even work for. What must be done to ensure that this does not repeat itself? Because we've heard it. I mean, from where I come from, we heard of Good Shepherd, we heard of Blessed Assurance, we heard of what's the name? Oh, quite a number of them. US Tilapia, blah 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 blah, and all of them. All went into the wire. Some benefited and others just didn't get anything till today. I mean, somebody just whispered what's the name of the gold one that is currently in court as well. I mean, a similar thing, So we discussed that you need to be educated on what to know when you are investing in some of these Ponzi schemes or any of these so-called Susu groups. We'll discuss that this morning. Get some financial experts to explain into details what this whole scheme is about. So it's a loaded show. I encourage you to join the conversation via all our social media platforms. Feel free to drop your messages under any of the broadcasts and we'll read them out loud. And Claire, you can also send us a text via WhatsApp number 055-269-7939. Right, 055-269-7939. Let's look at the weather condition this morning towards the day. The temperature currently is hovering around 24 degrees Celsius, little drizzles across the capital city. It is expected that the temperature will rise to 27, 28 degrees later in the day, and the possibility of rain showers is quite high. So we advise that once you prepare to step out this morning, please get an umbrella or a raincoat. I told you, when you go to Madina Zongo Junction, they have this 10 cedis ones, 10 cedis, 15, 20, depending on the texture that you want. Even a 10 cedis one will help you to protect you. So please get ready for it. It could rain heavily along the line. But please, also, if you don't have anything serious or important to do in town, stay at home. We beg you, Yepamucho. Why? If you don't have anything so much important to do in town, stay at home. Because I realize there is traffic in town, on the motorway particularly. There seems to be some congestion on the motorway, so please don't add up to the traffic. If you don't have anything to do, stay at home. So that is the weather for the morning. Let's look at motivation. It's a Monday morning and you need to inspire yourself, get prepared for the week ahead of you. And thus our motivation for the morning says Monday is your chance to set the tone for the entire week. Start with purpose and success will follow. Monday is your chance to set the tone for the entire week. Start with purpose and success will follow. Whatever you do today, you account for it on Friday. However you begin the week today, will yield the dividend you are looking out for by Friday. So start right, begin well, and ensure that the success you are crying and wailing and working hard for is achieved by Friday. Good morning. Let's take a break. When we return, my co-chefs join for the big task ahead. This is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. My name is Randia Haji. There is more after the break.
Big game today as Ghana faces England. And the whole nation is ready. Shot on target. Oh, what a save! Benjamin Asari flying for Ghana.
It's a save. Politics is always safe.
Every day, in the moments we love, we rely on clean and safe water that flows from Polytank.
It's not about the 90 minutes, it's what you put into the 90 minutes. It's not just about the win, it's about the will to win. It's not just about the jollof, it's about what's inside. This advert is FDA approved. It's not just about the game, it's what you put into it.
Now there's more Kivo inside. More to enjoy, more to share. Fortified with iron, zinc, and vitamin A.
More Kivo inside, more joy for you. More Kivo inside.
No matter who you are
or where you are,
Kivo has got you. Kivo Gary Soaking Mix, a taste of Ghana.
Kivo you.
This advert is FDA approved.
Years ago, MTN arrived in Ghana and everything changed. It's time to celebrate you big time. The MTN at 30 promo is here.
Watch a kill point.
Win one of 9 Toyota Land Cruiser Prados. Your share of over 10 million Ghana cedis in rewards. Let's be your connection plug in your everyday hustle. Make video calls, browse the internet for business with family and friends. Make that money move and stay ahead. Because every move counts. Dial *530# or visit my MTN app for more.
So results be a coffee faba. Hey, Million, where are you?
Daddy!
Yeah? How did it go?
Social studies, excellent. English, excellent. Science, excellent. Mathematics, excellent.
Every subject, excellent. What are man? Me. Choose Excellence Series from Crash to SHS. They are GES approved and they are trusted for over 15 years. You can find Excellence Series across the whole country. Excellence Series. Excellent results are assured. Who will chat excellence?
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news. Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing one man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, one every hour of the day. But the good news is, we're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United. It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer, the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
Well, not too long ago, the great President John Mahama went to the United Nations and spoke for my people of Jamaica and the Caribbean and the Americas. And you said, we are not looking a handout, but recognition of what took place in the transatlantic slave trade. I thank you, my president. I am a child who suffer from this. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. And tonight I sing a song to go along with your mission of reparations. Not a handout, but to acknowledge. But we're gonna do it not just reggae style, we're gonna do it high life. A high life remix by me, Graham Smargan of Morgan Heritage. Oh, President Mahama, I thank you for saying what you said at the United Nations. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Zimbabwe, not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Hello. Across the ocean, torn from the land. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But your light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come, yeah. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Africa crying out loud. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, I give you strength. From Ghana to Zimbabwe, we thank you for holding the way. We say, Mahama, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. I say from Jamaica right to Accra. Now a new day of justice is born. Play it, Lord. Across the ocean, I was torn from the land. There was chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But your light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, Africa, and the Caribbean as one. Now a new day of justice is born. Papa Mahama, Africa is crying out. Now a new day of justice is born. I love you. Much love from Jamaica. Ooh, yeah.
All right, so thank you so much for still staying with us right here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. The team is ready, set to serve you the best of breakfast on TV. Guys, good morning. Karim, good morning.
Charlie?
You've been globe-trotting.
Yes, yeah.
How is Ghana looking like?
Ghana is a construction site.
Sir,
I'm telling you.
what is going on?
No, Charlie.
Are they building hospitals
No,
or what?
Mama, we must fight. Charlie. You see, when he said it, we thought it was a joke. It was going to be the usual wheelbarrow construction where you find those guru boys with their wheelbarrows and shovels and pickaxes putting sand in and blocks and rocks inside the potholes and begging for 1 cedi and 2 cedis. Charlie, what is happening on our roads in this country It's not a joke. Randy, Karen, it is not a joke. I've never, in all of the years that I drive across this country, seen that kind of development. And when I say, you know me, nobody drives me. I don't have a driver. So me now, I day behind the steer. So 2-4, if I'm driving 24 hours, I'm seeing the road, Gafili Gadochi. There's no point where I doze off and say that, Charlie, I don't see anything. Charlie, Ghana is working. And we must commend the roads minister.
Unlike what we heard about the 12,000 kilometers.
Forget those people. They are jokers. They are jokers. Randy,
my God.
Ghana is working.
Okay.
And we must commend the roads minister, the Honorable Gavin Kwame Agboja. No. Charlie, it is crazy.
Yeah.
When I set off, just pick it from the motorway. I went all the way into Ho. They are building new bridges, new culverts, new gutters. They are clearing, they are expanding. Just say, work is ongoing. Then you move from Ho, drive all the way to Hohoi. Same. Then from Hohoi to Jasekan. Same. And I'm like, what is happening? Just, when was it? Last week, I did Atebubu. Then I went all the way to Kintampo and to Tamale. Then cut through to Salaga.
Okay.
Then hit Salaga to Wulensi. Then use Wulensi all the way to Pandai into Dambai. Then you pick from Dambai, hit all the way to Pandu, Peve, Have. Then come and hit Esikume again.
So that's the Eastern Corridor.
Charlie, the work happening on those roads, crazy. Look, my father's house in Tamale, in Gumani. We have never seen quota since I was born. And you go and see, last week when I went to Tamale, when I took the junction, I was hoping that Charlie, I was like, hey, this rough road again. Then I took the time and said, hey, what am I seeing? I said, no, this is not clear. It was at night. So I put on the highlights
to check.
And I said, that's right. The MP is Honorable Soyene.
Oh, okay.
And he's the deputy minister for roads. So, no, if he had not done that, we would have lashed him in 2028.
He wouldn't have been forgiven. I mean, he wouldn't have been.
And Charlie, he's transforming Tamale North. But this is just to say that, look, work is ongoing.
Yeah.
Then aside that, you pick these 24-hour markets, Randy, in most of the districts, they've not just cut short and left it all. Contractors are on site and work is ongoing. They've cleared the land. In fact, some of them foundations have already been done, and work is ongoing, and it's just commendable to see. And I dare say that this is the most hard-working government, as usual, that I have seen since I was born. Because the work that I'm seeing and the rate at which they are working is just fantastic, and it cuts across every facet or every sphere of this particular government. It looks like everybody, is trying to impress. So, Charlie, there's no room to fail. There's work ongoing, and that is the beauty of it, and that is the governance that we want to see. I was with the president in the Volta region during his tour of the Volta region, and so many things were set in the Volta region, so many projects ongoing, and so many other commitments made. One of the commitments that really stood out for me, and once again, I would commend the roads minister again. The president mentioned that they're looking forward to having a cath lab also in the Volta region. And the road minister says that he believes that the contractors working on the big push projects should be able to fund that particular project. And I hear it's a little over $15 million to be able to do that. And he said something funny. He says it's voluntary. It's a plea that he's putting, before the contractors. And so he's begging them. They won't say that because you have not contributed, they won't pay your money or they'll delay your payment or anything. However, he just wants them to know that phase 2 of the big push project.
Now that's a lobbying skill. That's a lobbying skill. So
he said he wants them to know that phase 2 of the big push project is coming up. So when that time comes, everybody will
judge you according to what you have
contribution. He also called on the health minister to also impress on some of the contractors within the health ministry to do some of this. And remember, last week we had a similar conversation where I said I believe that
we should be seeing a lot of our private sector people, a lot of the government contractors taking up some of these government initiatives as part of their CSR. I think that we've had enough of the donations and everyday orphanage. You go and donate key soup and rice. No, let's see Let's see them take up actual capital-intensive projects. You understand? Imagine if 15 contractors, everybody decides that they will donate $1 million, or if you have 30 contractors and everybody says that they'll donate $500,000, or if you have 60 contractors and everybody says that they'll donate $250,000. You get my point? We'll be able to raise.
You know what just came to mind? We have so many churches in the country.
Yeah.
Look at your area alone. Imagine 10 churches in just your community decide to just put something together and establish a chips company.
Absolutely. You see, and there's even something I saw recently, Randy, that fascinated me. I think it was in Sunyani or so, where a businessman used 250,000 cedis, if my memory serves me right, to build a 6-unit classroom block.
Okay. Personal money.
Yes.
Yeah.
200 and what?
50,000
Ghana cedis.
So that's 2.5 billion.
Yes.
You buy Corolla.
You understand? But the point I'm trying to push is that.
So I'm saying that is the amount somebody is going to spend this money to buy a car for somebody.
That one, somebody could buy first class tickets for Slay Queen and take her abroad. I don't get loyal. But let's look at how much a lot of our agencies price some of these projects.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to drive at.
Yeah.
That it means that, you see, we could actually spend less on a number of these things to develop the country. When me I say it time and again, look, if only our politicians will listen, do the work, serve the people, give them the basic amenities, do the things that will make them happy. Nobody would care if you spend a dime out of the project if the work has been done.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Anyway,
nobody would complain if the work has been done. And so we'll just call on them. But Charlie, I must commend your region, and I must commend your
tomorrow we'll bring back a conversation on the Volta Economic Corridor.
Yes.
So you have been there, so you tell us more about that. We'll get to speak on that tomorrow. But let's first track our conversation. Our guest is in for the first take on the issues on Ponzi scheme as well. I don't know if you guys have been monitoring SEC's warning, Bank of Ghana's warning, and also what's been trending on social media. Now let me come to you on that one.
You see, the bit of Ponzi scheme, I asked myself, so if they tell you to come and deposit X amount of money, that at the end of maybe a month or a week, you are going to get an interest of maybe, say they ask you to deposit 1,000 Ghana cedis, and at the end of the week you get 500 Ghana cedis on it. Where is that money coming from? What work are they using your 1,000 Ghana cedi principal amount to do that you are going to get that much interest? And they tell you bring maybe 3 people, then you get an interest of this. How is the money circulating? You see, and so if you can't trace it to anything legit, I don't think you should put your money into it. I remember 2 years ago when my little brother completed high school and he came home. There's a scheme that his friends have been doing in school, and they'll buy pottery, they'll buy files and invest. So it's like you buying a file. So they have different variants if you look at the website, and then you buy, and then maybe at the end of the week you get a commission. They were doing it fine. And this boy had invested so much and was getting the return, so he was excited. At the point, my mother nearly gave money to him too. I told my mother that, see, this thing is a very, very risky thing. Don't put your money inside because we know you. One time the boy, I think it was a Sunday evening, he said, he was buying, there was this one file, he said a Rhodes file. So he used to call it, the friends call it Akuko Roda. So they call it Akuko Roda Nwato. So the guy bought it again. Hoping that it would reap some more for him to cash out, and then he can use the money to do whatever he wants to do. Randy, I realized Monday the boy was very, very quiet. I came back from work, he was so quiet. Tuesday quiet. I said, bro, everything cool. If you talk to him, you just do sign language. It's Sana.
Then take do one.
Oh. my baby boy learns the hard way.
Yeah.
Like that thing will cast. So why they put money for inside?
Yeah.
But he won't hear word because he feels, oh yeah, he has done his money has come out, and you know they were getting money.
Yeah.
Like, where is that money coming from? Have you seen any file like this before? Oh, he tapped the website, ping, nothing they show. And that was it. And you see, there are young people now, you don't have work to do. And so if you're gonna tell them, oh, you put 200 cedis in, at the end of the week, you get some extra, maybe 200 cedis in. They are eager to put their money into it. And sometimes not even them, some of our adults too.
The adults, the adults who our market women.
What kind of what is it? Well, how fast do you want to double your money? Even bank shares now, how long does it take before it matures for you?
And so that is where they convince them
quick.
that don't go and deposit in the bank, don't go and save in the bank, don't do any proper investment with the bank. But we will do this for you. So in 1 month, in 3 weeks, this is the amount of money you can get if you bring 3 people. And one of our guests actually has an experience, a personal experience.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I mentioned a group earlier. US tilapia. I mean, this thing's very ripe in Volta regional. Very, very, very common. Very, 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 very common. I can mention like 10 of them on top of my head. Yes. And they have all failed the people. They've taken money. I fell a victim myself. I said this before. Is it Good Shepherd or Shepherd? One of them. Then the recent one, Loom. I told you about the Loom one as well. Yeah. But is it also a case, and Karim, this is why I want you to come in. Is it a case of we are just too gullible, we have failed to do proper financial education? And when I say we, probably the regulators.
Okay, so I think I want to state 3 factors, or perhaps even more or less. One, I would say that there's a lot of ignorance in the system.
Too much.
So a lot of people do not know. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have information. And you see, when you don't have knowledge and information, you fall for anything. 2, our regulators and people in charge have also failed to do a lot of enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is also part of the problem. So you don't enforce properly. You don't warn people early enough. And it's as though they do not even pick intel. They wait for the thing to blow before they start warning people, when it's already got into the latter days of it. And mind you know that it's usually when the warning comes that the thing collapses.
Very true.
Then 3, our greed. We're a bunch of greedy people. I say it every day. You guys don't, you think I'm just, we're a bunch of greedy people. And how on earth would somebody come and tell me that I should give them my money or put my money into some sort of a system that would guarantee me 10% interest at the end of every month? Some of them at the end of a week.
Yeah.
Some of them at the end of a few days. What's it be that? Have you heard some before? Or are you going to use the money to sell drugs? No, on a more serious.
Yeah.
So it's more like you're going to use the money to buy drugs and come and sell and make back my money from me, because that is what guarantees that amount of profit or interest.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Now even government contract, when you do it, it takes like 1 year, 2 years for them to pay you. No, we have a catch up and say, me family me see kambeshim. Now we are 10%, 15%, 20% at the end of the month. I tell people that any investment at all you want to do, if the dividend on that particular investment is way more than what you would have gotten if you had gone to put the money in the bank to buy a treasury bill or to do a fixed deposit or maybe buy a mutual fund, if the money, the interest you are getting is way more than that, then please advise yourself. Then it means that you are greedy. I mean, I don't pity those people. I don't. So even those who are in this one that is in court, you know, I don't want to mention names because I don't have a lawyer. And people will say, oh, the thing there, the way it is, you have to go in early and take your money early. That is greed. That is clearly greed. You are trying to reap where you have not sown. And me, I don't pity such people. And I don't expect the government to come out and bail such people. You can have issues with me on my take on some of these matters. That is that. But you see, that is the fact of the matter. So people must open their eyes. Let's put the greed aside. That is number 1. Number 2, the regulators and the enforcers of the regulation must be those to ensure that they pick the intel fast enough or quick enough to be able to prevent people from falling for these scams.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Then finally, we must do a lot of public education. Randy, me, it hurts me that when I was growing up, I didn't get to learn about savings and investments and shares and stocks and mutual funds and all of it. It hurts me, because well, lie to lie. If I had known about these things growing up, like me, Ibrahim Mohammed, we are competing. True. You understand? They'll be going to meet, I'll be following at the back because I would have learned a number of things and known how to invest and all of that. Yeah. But at least I'm glad that now I have that knowledge. Yeah. And I get to share it freely with so many other people, because young people must understand the importance of investment and savings. And if you follow a lot of my interactions with young people every day, I say that, you see, it's not about how fast you make it in life, but how long are you able to stay when you make it. Yeah. You get it? Today, the Ibrahim Mohammeds we are mentioning, the Parkway Sindums we are mentioning, the Brian Champons we are mentioning, the Osei Kwame Despots we are mentioning, the Ofori Sapons we are mentioning. These are names that we've been mentioning for how many years now? Because they have understood the space that they find themselves in. Yeah. And they are not just doing business and investing, but they are also saving and doing so many other things and multiplying wealth. Yeah. That is what young people have to learn. And they must understand patience. A lot of people are falling for these Ponzi schemes and scams because they don't understand patience. Yeah, he has to do it quick and gather money and go and buy Benz. Like that,
but those monies not go fit buy Benz.
Like that foolish boy who went to bet. Then when they gave him cash out of times 1,000 of the amount
he decided not to.
You invested was it 200 cedis or 100 cedis, and you were making almost 100,000.
He did it,
and they gave you cash. No, you were supposed to make, I think, 200 and something. Okay. Then they gave him cash out of almost 100,000. The idiot said that no, he won't cash out because he's waiting to make the full amount so he can go and buy car. Randy, so he can go and buy car. Idiot, he still didn't win. he lost the bet.
No, but that's the greed we are talking about.
Greed.
I mean,
no, like take it.
So greed.
If he takes it, he can't buy the Benz.
Greed.
But he has forgotten he can buy Corolla.
And this is an unemployed person. Under MPP,
so wait,
if you are
what are you going to use that Benz?
Even if it's 80,000, they give you. Under MPP, you could have used 15,000 or 20,000 to go and buy a job, a full-time job, because you know people were selling. You understand? Go and buy a job. Then you know that you have some 60,000 left.
But you see, fundamental issue, I think, it's the lack of financial literacy.
Fact of the matter, no doubt about it.
Because you have even lecturers, and like I'm saying, some of the examples, and a friend just sent me one. Christian, good morning. It says little drops. I don't know if you guys have heard of little drops.
That was another point.
Yes. Hey. I told you, both are a different issue. They are like the Bono and Bono people. That's where these things really happen. Jokes aside. Little drops.
Places water, they don't fear Air Force and Davis people money.
It is the Air Force and the Davis themselves who are leading this thing. So you see, and these are decent guys, very nice looking guys who come your way, and they entice you, and they give examples. So the examples they give is like yesterday, 3 of us, we are neighbors. So they give example with Na. Oh, Na has done it, and it's true. Na has actually done it. I mean, I have covered some events where they call it graduation. People graduate from the from whatever it is called. So the 3 months, 6 month kind of duration that you need to save. So people after 3 months of completion, they've given you some sewing machines and blah 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 blah. Then people really got benefits. But to what extent? After the second or the third or the fourth, fifth batch goes, the scheme drops off. It collapses and everything becomes zero.
That's what I'm saying, Randy. I won't fall. Look, I won't fall for those things. So it is better for me to go and buy shares and know that I've bought shares.
And that's what I'm saying.
Long term.
How many people even know these shares? Even the people, the people with the elite. The people who have gone to school and all of that. Karim, how many of us even conduct a survey?
Randy, but you see,
how many of us even know what shares are?
But that is the interesting thing.
How many of us even understand? How many of us walk into our bank?
Because you see, Randy.
No, people are holding phone and they don't know what they use it for. All the pictures.
Because they don't even know why they bought the phones. Because everybody wants to buy a nice phone
and
a smartphone and feel good to belong. You get it? So people, look, sometimes I get very pissed when I talk about something. Then someone would come and message me or send me a DM and say, "Oh, this thing, what is it? And I'm like, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, you could have just gone to Google.
Yeah. Yes, la.
Because when somebody talks about something that I don't know, the first thing I do is pick my phone and go to Google.
Check.
Then go and search different resources about that very thing. Then I read and read and read. Then what I don't understand, then I package it in a nice question and come and ask the person. I hope you're getting my point. That is how I think that we must go about things. But not when, people are not ready to go and look for information. Who should come and spoon feed you? I hope you're getting my point. People need to be ready to look for information. Because it's not easy for me to tell you, okay, it is this. No, you go online, get a basic understanding of it. Then when you come back, then we can have a conversation. Shares, simple. I have my company. I say, you know what? The company has this number of shares. I want more investors in the company. So I'm floating shares. So I can make, perhaps sometimes even do it to raise money, to be able to run the affairs of the company. So I'm floating shares. So Randy say, okay, one share is this amount of money. So the amount of shares you buy determines the percentage you get in the company. Then when at the end of the financial year or the business year, we do all our plus and minus, whatever. Whatever is left as profit,
you
if
take
we
your
declare dividends, we give shareholders. We say, Charlie, this is your own, you to go and chop. If we are unable to declare dividends, we say, okay, fine, Charlie, though we made profit, we are reinvesting the money back in the business. Or this year we didn't make profit, so nobody gets dividend. It is basically that, as simple as that. As simple as that. So just go, and I don't want to do marketing or publicity for anybody. But today there are apps.
Lots of them.
There are apps online that you can just go to your Google Play Store or go to your Apple Store, App Store, and look for them and download. And go through the registration process and start in bits. That's like I said, it pains me that I didn't learn about these things until I got to the university. Yes.
Anyway.
It pained me until I got to the university. That is when I started learning about these things and started, investing. I even started saving. Because if I knew about saving, and you see, there are rules to living life. When I say some of these things, especially when I put the videos on TikTok, people come back and say all kinds of things, and I say, look, it is better for you to save in bits and save small than for you to want to wait for one Ponzi scheme and put your money in a rake big. Randy, if you're even saving, irrespective of how much, maybe you say that the salary is not so big, but you every month make sure that whatever you are spending, as maybe your rent, your blah blah blah, is just 50% of your salary. Try and see how you'll be able to fit into that. You see,
there is even this calculation.
There's a 50, 30, 20, 10 rule.
Yes, exactly.
There are different models depending on you and you understand. So you must find the one that suits you and use it. Like I say, since I came to Accra, I've been staying in my sister's house for 12 years now. My sister hasn't.
So when we complain about rent, and you're asking,
no, it's not. I'm not part of that conversation. But you see, I still complain for people because I know how it feels like. But you know why I know how it feels like? Because I actually save my rent every month. Yes. So even though I'm not paying rent, I am saving it to reflect that I am paying rent. So at the end of the day, when I go and gather how much I have saved at least not for the past 12 years, of course not. You get it. But it got to a certain stage and I said, no, you cannot keep fooling like that. So I started saving those monies as rent. You understand? But not to say that I just live in my sister's house for free. Of course not. I also absorb some costs and I say, because this one there. No, it's not your headache. Let me deal with it. So their expenditure. I used to go out a lot too. I stopped. When I get up in the morning and I come here and I go to my other place, by the time leaving there is late. Straight to my house, I go and eat kenke or tashes. Then I'm home. Those times you were a town, were the street.
So you save the coins.
So young people must understand these things, save in bits, and all. That's how you build stability and eventually build wealth, especially generational wealth. Look, take a classical look at the Indians, or the Lebanese or the Pakistani people. When the one person in the family starts making money, The person doesn't say, okay, like Randy Haji's father has a business, and Randy's father starts making money. When Randy grows up and gets married, Randy doesn't leave his father's house.
Yeah.
Randy and his wife will live in his father's house. So ordinarily, the money Randy will use to go and rent, that money is staying in the house. And Randy stays in the family business, and they continue to run the family business until they gather money and set up Randy to also be running his own business. But all this while, he's still staying in his father's house. If Randy has another brother and he also gets married, it is the same way. He's not going anywhere. That is how those people live. So you realize that the money stays within the family. So you are running a business in one industry. I'm running a business in another industry. Randy's running a business in another industry. But all of those industries become interconnected. So maybe you are the manufacturing bit of the business.
Right.
Maybe Randy becomes the raw material bit of the business. Randy's brother becomes the distribution bit of the business. Another sibling of Randy would probably be doing the maybe financial, aspect of the. So you realize that the money
stays within.
Look, a lot of restaurants that you have in this country.
No, they are not Ghanaian.
They are not Ghanaian. And you know the interesting thing? It is the same.
Yeah.
So the competition is still amongst them. So they've created an artificial competition in the face of everybody. That but it is still amongst them, and that is how money stays. So, but we don't have a lot of that knowledge. Like I said, every young person makes small money. No, until he feels he's reached. He's gone. He's packed his bag. He's going to rent his own house. He's going to build his own place. And when you ask them, the reasons they give are so flimsy. Someone says they want privacy. Someone says that they are saving their mental health. Mental health because their mother will say wash bowls or cook. Or when you go out, don't stay out after a certain time. I mean, yeah, pentama. But still, Ponzi scheme. All
right. Let's get to speak to the experts, the financial guys. Fortunately, we have somebody from the fintech space as well, because largely some of these platforms are from that sector. Stick and stay. There is more after the break. Let's talk about issues on Ponzi scheme after the break.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See?
How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
Or we can be the generation that ends it for good.
Malaria must die, so millions can live.
Hey, thanks for still staying with us right here on WoezorTV. This is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, and as I intimated, a very interesting but important conversation this morning dealing with Ponzi schemes in Ghana. Right at the back of what we saw over the weekend, the CWSP, right? I won't believe that I got the name very much right. Customers were wailing all over on social media after reports has it that the scheme or whatever it is called has collapsed. People who invested their monies are crying and complaining, and woe unto any of them come and say, "Abain be boy." Abain will not. Let's be blunt with it. Abain dare not. Dare not. We want our roads to be built. But beyond all of that, I think that we mentioned it. Karim stated it that the financial literacy is what is really dragging people into some of this. But could that really be the only reason? Because from all indications, it looks as though people with elitism in them are also part of this scheme. They fall victim. People who you feel ordinarily should know better are all part of it. They are falling victim. But let's get to speak to Nelson Kwagbeji. He is the head of finance at Meban Capital. He is a financial economist. Good morning, Nelson.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. Good morning, and thanks for having me once again.
Very well. I appreciate your time. Stay with me. I'll come back to you in a jiffy. But joining us in studio is the managing director, Build Technologies, Restus Numaji, and he's in studio with us. Restus, good morning.
Good morning, Randy.
Charlie, you're a big man. Oh. Hey, big man. The whole of West Africa?
Yeah.
Charlie, you're a big man. But good to have you in studio.
Yeah, good to be here.
Very well. I'll come back to you, but let me speak to Nelson quickly. Nelson, I mean, we keep talking about Ponzi scheme. For the layman out there, what exactly is the best definition for Ponzi scheme?
Okay, so a Ponzi scheme is an investment scheme that is not regulated by law. You know, every investment in Ghana is regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. And so before you can operate as an investment firm or even as an investment advisor, you need to be certified and licensed by the regulator, which is the Securities and Exchange Commission. And so any investment scheme which is not approved and licensed by the SEC, that becomes a Ponzi scheme. Normally, what the Ponzi schemes do is that they give their, customers, the vulnerable customers higher rates, much more higher than what the market could offer. And that serves as a bait that attract most of these vulnerable investors into those Ponzi schemes. This is not the first time we are hearing of things of this nature in this country. I mean, in the past, we have seen a lot of them. The regulator, the Bank of Ghana, even came out to issue, statements regarding those operations. The Securities and Exchange Commission themselves have also issued several, releases in the past. But they keep on coming into the market. And normally, once their rates are very high, it becomes appetizing to, Ghanaians. And they eventually get their monies lost in some of these schemes. So basically, that is how they operate.
Hold on, I'll come back to you. How come the regulators are unable to detect these schemes right from the onset? I'll come back to you on that. And what must be done to ensure that these things do not, repeat? You listen to Nelson giving us a vivid explanation. Practically, what can we say when we say Ponzi scheme? Is it just that usual pyramid thing? Okay, bring 2 people, the next person brings 3, the other person brings 5. What is it?
Ponzi scheme is actually mimicking multi-level marketing.
Okay.
For multi-level marketing, you have a product, but for Ponzi scheme, there's no product you're selling. So multi-level marketing will tell you, okay, bring first of all, before you join, you have to pay a fee. Let's say 500 cedis.
That's like a deposit.
A deposit, but that deposit will give you product that you would go and sell, and you would add your markup to that product and sell. And another way of generating revenue for yourself is bring your brother, your sister, your sibling, and join and get commission on the people you are bringing. So it's 2 ways. It's 2 ways. That's multi-level marketing. But for Ponzi scheme, they are not selling anything. They are not selling any product. They are not giving any product. You, like the one that you were talking about, and another one that SEC has issued a communique on, they said the minimum you bring is $500. $500 for you to start. You are starting with $500. Now bring people. And do you know how smart these people are? They know very well that they can't, because they are not regulated, they can't go on TV or radio to run adverts. So they are using social proof.
Okay.
What social proof means you're in my circle. Right now, maybe Karim is my friend. I can speak to Karim that, Karim, this is it, and I've gotten this money. This is what I'm using to buy this thing. So Karim will be convinced to join me. A pastor in the church. Let's say I lead people at work. I can tell my people, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm making money. They will fall victim to it. And they are very smart in such a way that they will tell you, because you haven't brought the number of people that you are supposed to bring, you can't unlock the next benefit. Because Ponzi schemes are just like, it's the same money that's rotating. So I started.
So that's like a Susu collection.
Yeah. But in a more.
So Susu, like 5 of us contributing for 1 person for the end of this week. Then next week, we are moving on to Karim.
But it's more than that, because the owner of the scheme has to take a percentage of that. And after taking percentage, he's asking you, now he doesn't have money to pay your next level. So he's asking you to bring 5 people. When you bring that 5 people, he can get money to pay you and take his commission. And those 5 people have to bring another 5 people. So in a way, the money just moves. So you start with a new investor, moves to the operator takes a cut.
So this is Loom.
Yeah. It takes a cut. The early investors enjoy from that. You know, the one in court, I don't want to mention names, the one in court. I have a friend that started long ago, and at a point, he went to take money from his bank, everything, and put in. That was the time the thing crashed.
Hey, people went for loan, I know. Teachers went for loan to invest in some of these schemes.
That was the time the thing crashed. Like the question we were asking my Nelson on the call a while ago, that the regulators, the people don't have a physical office. How do you trace them? They don't have a physical office in Ghana, so you can't trace them.
But is that not enough indication to the layman who wants to invest in some of these things?
Great, number one. Great, and like I said, social proof again, because I am convincing you that, oh, it's working for me, you don't want to do your due diligence. They've forgotten about due diligence. Nobody does due diligence again, because I am the one telling you that, okay, this thing is working. And because at a point, I spoke to some few people. One of the things somebody told me was like, let me get my money quick and leave is better than, you know, the safest place to even invest was the government bonds and other things that, but at a point we got get cut. So people feel, okay, the safest one is even having issues, so let's just go here. If we can get the money, we'll get the money and move on. But that's not actually it, because what's happening right now is that monies that they can use to, you know, it's only in Ghana, let me make a statement, it's only in Ghana that when bad things happen, that's when we do GoFundMe account. Elsewhere, GoFundMe didn't start with this kind of mindset. GoFundMe started with we coming together, raising funds for someone to start business. So we can use those kind of crowdfunding platform to raise funding for people to start businesses and employ a lot of people. But what do? Those monies that we are supposed to use to support businesses are going into this kind of scam, into one's pocket, and majority of them are not even coming from Ghana.
Russell, do you think it's just the quest to get rich quick that is driving some, especially the younger ones, into this?
We have found ourselves in a society that a lot of people are doing a lot of things that we don't know where the money is coming from. You and I think I've been working close to 20 years now, and
you see why I say you're a big man.
And sometimes you would go back and say, hey, okay, but the grace of God has sustained us, so we are not where we were before, so there's an improvement. But you see, around us currently, we have seen a lot of people that people want to, this person is driving Benz, like Karim mentioned, that somebody is driving Benz, so let me also go and put this money in it, or let me take this kind of bet, so that take this high risk for me to get this thing within this time. It's the pressure around us that's making some people to take those decisions. But I'm not sure it's what you said is actually true, but for me, some people, I'm not sure they are moved by that pressure.
Okay, let me bring in Nelson again. Nelson, regulation, I mean, that should be enough for us, I mean, suppose customers or clients of some of these schemes to know why should we even go into such investments when we can't even see a physical edifice of these institutions?
Yes, so as I did indicate, it has to do with the motivation that is given to the potential investor. Currently, we are in a regime of low interest rate. In fact, Treasury bill 3 months, 91-day Treasury bill is about a little over 5%. So if somebody is giving you 20%, 16%, 18% in the regime of low, interest rates, then that should clearly tell you that there is something technically wrong. Now, the regulation aspect of it is not everything, just as the gentleman in your studio mentioned, because they are illegal, they don't operate within the official system. They mostly use social media, and so if the regulator is not able to get them on social media and prompt, the investor community, then that becomes problematic. So that is their mode of operation. They use human-to-human sort of interaction for their business model. And so sometimes it becomes very difficult even for the regulator to get to know, because they are not within the official investment, banking system. So going forward, the question should be, what must be done? I think that the education, the sensitization, and the conscientization of Ghanaians must be key. That if you are operating in a 5% interest rate regime, anything above 10%, anything 12% becomes a Ponzi scheme, because even if you go to the banks, they are fixed deposits, which used to be very attractive. How much is it now? What rate are they offering now? Okay. If you go to, these investment pension funds and the rest, what is their rate of returns on their portfolio? And so this should clearly tell us that anything above a certain percentage is questionable. And so I think the regulator needs to do more of education and sensitization so that a lot more people can get to know, the implications of, this investment. You rightly mentioned that people even going for loan. It is true. I remember when the treasury bill market was offering about 30%, 32%. A lot of people want to take loan to invest in treasury bill. But how do you go and take a credit facility and then invest it in an investment vehicle which is not regulated? That is a risky venture. And so I think the education bit of it is key. So that we must all be educated as to the implications on some of these Ponzi, investment transactions.
Now, again, don't you think that failure on the part of authorities to punish some of persons caught in this act could also be the reasons why it's on the surge? Because there are a plethora of examples. People have been to court, in and out of court several times, but the end result doesn't really yield what customers have always been calling for. And the current one that has been lingering on for so many years, people have died as a result of the pains they have gone through and all of that. Failure to punish the people, could that not be the reasons why they are on the set?
Well, I may align with you to some extent, because if the punitive measures are harsh, it will serve as a deterrent. In any case, one of the aims of criminal punishment is to deter people from doing what is, considered to be a crime. And so, if the punishment is not deterrent enough, then a lot more may bounce back. So I may align with that assertion, and it's true. So I think that we need regulations that give a much more harsher punishment to those who are caught engaging in these activities. In the past, those that have been arrested, what has become of them? We don't even hear of them again in the system. You only hear that, the police have arrested this gentleman in connection with this criminal investment activity. But at the end of the day, we don't hear anything. So I think that going forward, we need a much more harsher punishment for those who actually engage, or those who actually originate this kind of illegal Ponzi scheme, in order to serve as a deterrent to the larger investment community. And don't forget that when it becomes too much, it also dampens the spirit within the official investment market. Because
what we are seeing.
Every now and then, if every now and then people are losing their investment, what it will mean is that it will have a repercussion. It will have an effect on the official investment banking, the investment market, because people may lose interest in even giving money in terms of doing government bonds, treasury bills, and other official, legally recognized investment vehicles. And so, we have to make sure that we put an end to some extent to this investment scheme, so that, the investment confidence can bounce back. Ghana's financial market is very thin. The market is not really deep. The authorities are trying as much as possible to make the market very deep and very liquid. And so if some of these investments, illegal ones are coming on board, it dampens investor, confidence, and also makes the market more illiquid.
Nelson, maybe let me wrap up with you on this one. Also, you spoke about loss of confidence in the in the sector. Now I am looking at the point where people had their funds locked up. You can talk about the haircuts. So that is even a well coordinated and a well regulated space that had some challenges. So one will make the argument that even if the one that is well regulated has all these challenges, why wouldn't I rather try the one that is, I feel is credible? And Restus mentioned that they use the what's the word, the influence from others, social influence also contributes to some of these things. Could that also not be the clear case?
Well, that conclusion is not really hold, because the domestic debt exchange program and the haircut that we had was as a result of the unsustainability of Ghana's debt. So it may not necessarily be a conclusion that, since even the official market and the official investment vehicles, I'm getting haircut on them, why don't I take the much more risk? If we draw that conclusion, I think we'll be losing the more. As for the domestic debt exchange program, some of us don't really like talking about it because as a player within that space, I have seen people that I personally advise and invested for who actually lost their money. I mean, some of them are on retirement. They rely on the interest payment on government bonds. They have to lose some of these investments. So it's not an area that we really like talking about. However, I think what we need to do going forward is to tighten the regulation to make sure that some of these things don't occur again. And as you rightly mentioned earlier, to give a much harsher punishment to those who actually originate and engage in these fraudulent investment schemes. Once we are able to do that, I mean, confidence will bounce back, our market will be liquid, and government will be able to raise the needed, funds domestically to finance their annual budget.
Nelson, thank you. But before you go, how is the indicator? I mean, the indicators. How are they looking like? The economic indicators. Are we on a very good path as far as recovery is concerned? Mind you, on Thursday, the finance minister will present the mid-year budget.
Yes, sure. I mean, when the 2026 budget was presented in November, one of the major concerns that we raised as market players was as to how government will be able to sustain the macroeconomic gains that we have talked at the end of 2025. But I've always been saying that when you look at the control environment, the tone at the top, and the coordination between the finance ministry and the Bank of Ghana, we've been able to sustain relatively the macroeconomic gains. If you look at inflation as the Bank of Ghana's medium-term target is 8% plus or minus 2, but we are currently doing about 5.3%. In terms of the performance of our currency, the month of June, the CD appreciated by 3.3%, but cumulatively depreciated by 7.9%. If you go to the pump, despite the geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, we have enjoyed some relative stability at the pump as compared to what we have seen in the past. I mean, if you look at the gross international reserve, a key indicator that supports the stability of the Ghana cedi, we've been able to accumulate enough reserve to support the stability of the Ghana cedi. And if you look at government debt operations, I mean, government has also demonstrated enough commitment towards honoring their debt obligation. Just recently, about $700 million was paid. And so, in terms of investor confidence, yes, investor confidence is gradually bouncing back to the Ghana's economy. Again, if you look at our credit ratings, we have been rated B- with a positive outlook, which clearly demonstrate that in terms of credit worthiness, our credit worthiness has also gone up. So largely, if you look at the performance of the economy, you can only draw one conclusion that both the Bank of Ghana and the Finance Ministry are on top of their game. And we only pray that now that we have achieved stability, the next phase is to grow the economy in order to create the needed jobs that we all want.
Nelson, thank you. I hope we'll get to speak again within the week ahead of that budget review as well. Thank you so much, Nelson. Very well. Nelson is a financial economist and also the head of finance at Medbank Capital. But in studio is Restus Numaji. He is the managing director, Built Technologies. And Restus, the one thing that came to mind, and I'm receiving some messages, is it a clear case of the fact that we just hire people that don't learn?
I don't think so. I think it's just sometimes the economic pressure. You see, some people genuinely don't have job, so they are just looking for something that will create quick money for them. And the owners of this platform are using gray areas where there are no laws covering to exploit people. Let me explain something. So I've taken my time to go into one of these, I don't know if I can mention the name, Yearbits.
I mean, they are also under scrutiny.
Yeah.
I mean, SEC has issued a stand warning.
Do you know SEC issued a warning? And I sent the warning to who introduced me to it. Do you know the message I got? I'll show it to you after we are done with the set. The person told me, oh, it was shared on our platform that they
saw the warning.
Yes, they are working on getting the license.
Yeah.
So it's just license they don't have. So they are working on getting a license.
So that's according to the rep from Yebit.
Yebit
telling the guy that
they are working on it. And do you know what? They shared it before they see it outside. The owners of the platform, they share the thing to the
customers
before they go out to see it and start complaining. So they share it to it. So sometimes the financial literacy we are talking about, some people don't know the difference between savings. People don't know the difference between investment and all those things. They are there. I said earlier that they are exploiting people, and there are gray areas that laws doesn't cover. So when you say that's why the one in court is still dragging, you said okay, you were supposed to be under SEC, supposed to be under Minerals Commission, you're supposed to be under all these things. They know very well that there's a space there that we can exploit people. That's the same thing they are doing. When I went into the operations of Yebit, I realized that they actually trade. They call it trading, which is normal with the cryptocurrency space, those tradings and stuff. But do you know a funny thing? They put the code there, you copy the code, put it on your platform, and your money increases. That's not how trading works. But they call it trading, so that you say, oh, it's a legitimate thing. And if we want to punish people for doing this, we'll be stifling innovation. You see?
But if the punishment doesn't come, then you're opening the floodgate for more people.
I'm not saying we shouldn't punish. What I'm saying is, when we are on that way of punishing people that we don't understand their operations. You see, these people are saying that they are trading. You would see a genuine trader for digital assets, people doing digital asset trading, because first of all, thank God the BOG has introduced a regulation now. That's since October. Now we have a regulation. There's a sandbox that you can send your innovation there to try. So it's actually good. Now I'm speaking from the fintech perspective, that we have a lot of innovations that are, innovation always precedes regulation. So we have innovations now that are out there that I know people will use those innovations to exploit people though, but that shouldn't be the case. Do you get it? That shouldn't be the case. But in a case where you are seeing that this thing is fraudulent, they should be punished. My point I'm making is we shouldn't just put all of them into one basket and say, okay, this. That way, a typical boy coming from Afikumasi that has an innovation that can help, like mobile money and other things that can help maybe my mother or my grandmother in the village to the gari that she produces in that village to come to Accra, or they can buy it from the village and you transport it to Accra directly. Those kind of innovations won't get to that side because people are exploiting the system and regulations are not allowing us to grow with that in that regard.
What I'm even concerned about is that this is actually not the first time this is happening. A plethora of examples, as we can mention the name. I mean, I just shared a friend just shared a list with me about 6 names on that list. And you see, Restus, the point is that Restus is in this one. The same Restus is appearing in the list of the other one. The same Restus has about 4 other schemes that he belongs to.
See, they know. If I tell you a typical investor in those kind of platforms is not aware of this, they know. But you see, they have come to realize that, okay, they say the early bird catches the worm. Yeah, so they want to go in first, take it when people are coming, would withdraw so that it will collapse on them. People actually know. People actually know very well that this thing will collapse one day. But we, the early joiners, would cash out first, and whoever comes after us would face those kind of pressures that the thing has collapsed on them. So media, I have taken my money out of it already, so I'm okay. So first of all, is fear of missing out. Secondly, greed. Thirdly, the urgency. And also scarcity. You see, they said the first 100 people you will enjoy.
Yeah. So everybody's rushing to
be the first 100.
You may fall beyond the 100th person.
Yeah.
So you start another 100. And that's how they rank the people.
Yeah. And the social proof I'm talking about, we use influencers.
Yeah.
And these are people that we follow. with our whole heart.
Yeah.
Like the one in court.
Yeah.
You knew the kind of influencers they use.
Yeah.
You know the kind of fan base they have in Ghana.
Yeah.
So these people telling me that, okay, if I'm just going from this thing, I've just cashed out, let me use this thing to do 10 people, send your account, let me send you 100 CDs. Okay, the small I have in my bank account, I'll go and withdraw and go there, because these are people they look up to. That's why when FDA says banned musicians or celebrities from advertising alcohol, at a point I actually love it, but we should extend it to every sector, not only alcohol. That before you are even endorsing a product, you should know about the product.
Yeah.
You should request for their licensing. Years ago, I was doing a promo across Ghana for a company. It's a financial institution. I got to Aplau. A radio station in Aplau told me that they came here to take our mother's money. So unless they see your BOG license, they won't run it. I was actually impressed.
Okay, so they insisted on a license.
That's a radio station, yeah. That, okay, surely what you are saying, you do that thing before we can run the advert for you. And see, the one we are talking about right now, go to the office of the registrar of company. There is no record of them there.
But, so that is how gullible we are. And again, and for me, that's what I'm saying, Restless, because at my stage and where I've gotten to, I'm not sure I'll fall prey to this.
You just want your
no,
landlord is
even the one online that usually almost everybody does, I won't do it again. You know what I'm talking about? I won't do it. I no.
I mean, I started my career even from something that looked like a Ponzi scheme.
No, it is. It is the US tilapia. No, I mean, why should you run away from it?
So you see, when I joined US group of companies, then this is what we were told. We were told that we had a contract from Guinea Conakry, from US and all those things to provide a certain tons of tilapia to them on a yearly. Yearly we are sending this kind of tons of tilapia to them. But the owner of the company then didn't have money to cater for the production of those tons. That's why he opened it up for investment.
Okay, so that was the idea.
That was the idea, and we all bought into the idea. As low as how much were we paid then, we also used the staff to invest because we saw the need to invest. And you see, they were exporting it. We were there when they were exporting the tilapia, so we're like, okay, so it's a genuine thing. But you see, that's when greed came in again. When we met the target, they kept on taking people's money. Now they produce a lot of tilapia,
and there was no market for it.
No market for it. That's when the thing crashed. That's why I said it looked like a Ponzi scheme.
Okay. But even that, you had to bring 2-3 people to contribute.
You see, since that time, if I hear anything, bring 2-3 people, it's actually as a chartered marketer, one of the key things I know very well in MLM, that's something marketing. What bring somebody, that means you are just using someone's money to pay me, and it will crash. Multi-level marketing, it will crash at a point. Do you know why? When people stop bringing people, you won't have money to pay the new people that join.
And that's why I say, I said it's just like Susu. I won't do it like the 5 of us.
Susu is even better because you have your full fun.
And Karim, I want you to come in here, because the Susu thing here is that what usually happens is that, let's say in a company like this, Karim resigns.
It happened to me.
Karim benefited. Karim is the second person to benefit from the 5 of us in the studio. Then after he benefited, he came to you, came to Sly. When Sly was about receiving his, Karim goes. Explain me the thing.
I think that the whole thing about Susu was more with our mothers, especially those who were trading in the markets, and they knew that they had dedicated spaces where everybody was seated every day. So she's not going anywhere. 247, she's there. And so they come together, they start putting these monies together, give it to perhaps Randy at the end of 1 week or 1 month. Randy adds it up to whatever money he has and goes to buy more wares to come and add up to whatever he has to sell. Then Randy sells, they gather again and then give it to the next person, and so they know that the people are there, they know where you live, your shop is there. So it's something that's usually done based on trust. I have done a few of that when I was in senior high school. We say, okay, tell everybody bring this, then one person will pick at the end of the week, another person picks at the end of the week, and the third person picks at the end of so people, they understood it at that level. But now, like you said, I've seen a number of people who don't even know each other from anywhere. They just get up one day on Snapchat and say they are looking for susu.
That is sin.
They're looking for susu.
I've actually seen people, influencers saying, okay, this person join this person. But
it never ends well.
The good thing is BOG has now is trying to regulate that space.
You get it. It never ends
well.
The
new framework, because of financial inclusion, because that's like ancient banking. Now, because of financial inclusion, BOG has brought a new framework. Now, savings, microcredits, susu, all of them fall under the low tier. That will be regulated by the central bank through RFB. APES Bank will be their regulator. Now, even savings and loans and also microfinances will go under APES Bank to be regulated. And there's a threshold you have to meet to even run that kind of business. Now, for existing businesses, you have to, like microfinance, you need to have 50 million working capital. But if you want to join new 100 million, that's for savings and loans and microfinance. But for the low tier, those things are changing. It can be well regulated.
That's even a different case.
So
that one is the regulated space.
Yes, so we are looking at the
unregulated
so like I was saying, but you see that those are ancient models. Of course, times have changed now. What I think people should do if they want to engage in this susu thing now, or this susu nonsense now, would be that fine, no problem. Maybe 5 of us in the company, Randy, Karen, me, Steve, we agree that this is what we want to do. This is the amount of money we intend to be contributing every week or every month towards a particular purpose. Everyone should present their collateral. For safekeeping. So that when you get up one day, and say, Charlie,
I am done.
After you have collected your share.
Some of us, the only collateral
but which collateral exactly?
No, so the phone they are using. It depends on the amount.
The landed collateral.
The phone.
And the person is living with the phone.
Depends on the amount of money. You get, because even now, I know there are a lot of people today, and you see it on social media, who say that if you want a loan, come to them for a loan. They will give you a loan, but present a collateral. Then they give you a loan and they give you a 15% interest for 30 days.
Oh yes.
And people will go and take. Especially if you're a business person or you are in some sort of emergency and you need money.
And you pay 15% interest.
Yes,
that's outrageous.
Oh yes. But 15. Someone offered 50 for 30 days.
So you see,
50 for 30 days.
So those are things that happen now. So like I said, Randy, if we have a lot of financial education going on.
I think I agree with you.
If we have a lot of financial education going on from the basic level, we would be making a lot of progress as a country, because what that would mean is that people will be planning towards the kind of lives that they want to live. Today, people don't plan towards the kind of life we want to live.
Because of
we see other people living their lives and we want to live like it. I have friends who earn better than them. But when they are traveling abroad, they fly business class. Then they go and come and suffer. Business class, you're talking about 3,000 to 4,000 to 5,000, sometimes even $6,000, depending on where you're going to.
Agent 2K, if you don't give you a bad friend.
You understand? So that is the kind of situation that people want to live large, but they are not making the right investments to live. Look, when you decide you want to buy anything, make sure you have times 10 of the money. That is one principle a lot of people don't have. Make sure you have times 10 of that amount of money. So if you are buying an iPhone 17 Pro Max, which today is around 18,000 or 20,000 cedis, then you must make sure that you have some 200,000 sleeping somewhere.
The iPhone you just mentioned is one of the reasons these youth are going into all this.
Yeah, because
and some of them don't have use for it.
No, it's for
aside snap
pictures.
And
it's for
standing
snap.
in front of mirror so that people will see that I'm using iPhone 17.
And when they are walking in town, they hold it like
that. There's actually nothing they do with it.
They only be walking like this.
For one,
so you know that they are using. Yeah, they belong.
Yes. So let me add up to what Karim said earlier. See,
so we should be winding up.
For the Susu thing, the fact that Susu has been there for ages doesn't mean that we should still maintain Susu. For me, I believe we should dwell on the idea of Susu and modernize it. That's why we have group savings, so we can open an account. All of the 5 of us can go and open an account,
like on this
and
platform
save
that I use,
and use and withdraw that money. You can withdraw. You alone can't withdraw. All of us has to sign. That is your turn, so you withdraw. Yes, and you see, we have trace of you. Now they have credit rating of you. See, it will surprise you that I see people taking loan from MTN and Co and think they won't pay. They won't pay. See, it's in your records. Go and check your credit bureaus. It's there. Even if it's 1 CD, it's there. It's there. And you see, we need to start with the financial literacy education. All of us can go to schools like Karim does and other people do. All of us can go to school. Maybe on this show you can dedicate 5 minutes to do that. In my office, I set up a full podcast for us to be doing financial literacy education. A full podcast with a team that has been paid to do those production. We do production every week. This year, the new tax reform, we decided to run a lot of education for the SMEs in Ghana, for them to understand why they need to pay tax and the benefit of paying those taxes. Nobody pays us for that, but that's the field we find ourselves. If it's a crash right now, we don't have a job, so we decided that in our own small way we would use that. So everybody should go on YouTube, Built for Business podcast, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and get more notification from that. Like our side too, we only provide a business tool for businesses to have the accounting, payroll and everything done. But on top of that, we realized that these are businesses owned. So we went to these financial players and set up a financial marketplace on Built, that you can go there and buy insurance, you can buy investment, you can do savings on the platform. And you see, because we as a company don't want this kind of Ponzi schemes to happen to us, we've done our due diligence and we know that the company we are dealing with are legit businesses before introducing it to you.
Very well. Ressus, thank you. Rather unfortunate, our time is up for this segment. Very grateful for your time. But as you mentioned, I think it's our responsibility to see if we can. I mean, we need to, Karim. We need to once in a while give our viewers the opportunity to learn a thing or two as far as financial literacy is concerned. Maybe to help solve the challenge of these Ponzi schemes here and there. Here we draw curtains on this segment. There is another interesting conversation we'll be having on the tribunals, right? Stick and stay. Godfred will come with sports and Asantu as well as entertainment, but we'll bring you the WoezorTV reports in a jiffy. Stay with us. There is more.
From the heart of our forests, where the beautiful gigantic baobab trees reside, to the city where culture meets tradition, the pulse of Accra, where the energy of the people fuels the nation's spirit, to the cascading beauty of the waterfalls, where the earth breathes life. Perla natural mineral water, purity comes from nature.
Hey, baby. I missed you so much. What are you doing right now?
Emeka, I'm in the car now with my family. We are going for lunch. I'll see you in the office on Monday. Yes.
Sometimes you don't have a way out.
This Emeka is a very funny guy.
With Sportybet,
you do. Because with our maximum cash out availability, there's always a way out. Sportybet, winning is now that easy.
Star Oil has been in Ghana since 1998. The reason we are able to provide fuels at affordable prices is because we use our own trucks as much as possible, and so we are able to use our haulage income to subsidize the fuel at the pump. We also run these stations with our own staff. Other competitors use investment partners and retailers who they pay significant margins to run their forecourts for them. We also have deployed IT infrastructure across the country to allow us to be able to manage these stations efficiently. All our vehicles have trackers and we monitor them real time. So more and more our loyal customers have come to know Star Oil not just for low prices but also for quality products.
Star Oil, quality and affordable fuels for all.
Madina. Sentuntum say wunna maudejume mawumsa.
Efrema bema dani oba.
Mawunsa. Sentuntum amwabwasumuda mawunsa.
That shall not fly. Having black mosquito wear. Common tontom.
Heaven insecticide spray. Eye sham. Nesansu kumwa wotu any omo ria nyina.
Heaven dear. Pako pe.
FDA aji edrede krato yatum.
Your flight is ready to leave.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
When I saw his face slipping, I knew it was a stroke. I called an ambulance immediately to save the life we've built together.
The way her arm was hanging down wasn't right. I insisted to go straight to the hospital to save our mother and the family.
The way he was talking when the ambulance arrived alerted us. I rang ahead so the hospital staff were ready to save precious time and a future.
Time now for the WoezorTV report. Let's take a look at the headlines. Thanks so much for joining us here. Now let's settle in for the details of the stories. President John Dramani Mahama has urged ECOWAS member states to deepen regional cooperation and ensure the effective implementation of decisions to promote peace, security, and economic prosperity across West Africa. Addressing the 69th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government in Sierra Leone, he stressed that peace and sustainable economic growth are key to combating terrorism and organized crime, while calling for continued dialogue with the Alliance of Sahel States. He also advocated greater investment in science, technology, and innovation, stronger democratic governance, and increased youth and women's participation, while welcoming ECOWAS's support to address xenophobic attacks in South Africa at the next African Union Summit.
Changing world, no nation can advance or be competitive in the current global world without investing in science and technology. This is intrinsically linked to digital transformation and innovation, with the contribution of AI to e-commerce business driven by smart learning and production. We must also commit to the reforms of our institution to be effectively placed for the efficient delivery of services to the benefit of our community citizens. As regards youth, women, and future generations in the evolving integration process, we may not be able to achieve our objectives of holistic development if we fail to involve them in national decision-making processes. On democracy and good governance, there is a need for tangible dividends in our democratic governance that delivers empowerment, accountability, social inclusion, efficient public services, employment, and other basic needs of our citizens. Ghana is deeply concerned about the recent incidents of xenophobic attacks against our citizens in South Africa, during which some Africans, including Ghanaians and Nigerian citizens, have lost their lives, while many other African nationals have experienced fear, intimidation, and uncertainty. Ghana welcomes the decision of the Authority of Heads of State of ECOWAS to fully endorse and support Ghana's petition at the African Union for the matter to be addressed at the next AU Mid-Year Summit. African liberation was achieved through solidarity across our borders. We must never permit that proud legacy to be weakened by intolerance by a small group of people.
Now, the ECOWAS Council of Ministers has unanimously endorsed Ghana's petition to the African Union against xenophobic and reaffirmed its support for Accra's next step commitment on reparatory justice. Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa announced the development after participating in the Council of Ministers meeting in Sierra Leone ahead of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government Summit. The minister commended member states for their full backing of Ghana's initiatives and reaffirmed the country's commitment to promoting unity, tolerance, and prosperity across the continent. He said Ghana will continue to work towards realizing the vision of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah for a united and prosperous Africa. Away from that, Ghana has secured the lifting of Burkina Faso's restrictions on egg exports and the importation of tomatoes following bilateral talks aimed at strengthening trade between the two countries. The agreement was reached after discussions led by Trade Minister Elizabeth Ofosue-Jare and Agriculture Minister Eric Opoku. Government said the decision offers relief to Ghanaian poultry producers, particularly egg exporters in Doma, and reaffirmed its commitment to protecting local businesses. Both countries also agreed to establish a joint technical committee to work towards a bilateral trade agreement to boost economic cooperation and improve market access. Now, former National Food Buffer Stock Company CEO Hanan Abdul Wahab has petitioned the Attorney General accusing his office and state security agencies of harassment, unlawful detention, and torture during his prosecution. In the petition, Abdul Wahab maintained his innocence and alleged that the Attorney General's office, the Economic and Organized Crime Office, and the Bureau of National Investigations denied him due process through repeated arrests, restrictive bail conditions, and unlawful detention. He is calling on the Attorney General to address the alleged rights violations, insisting he remains ready to face a fair judicial process to clear his name. Away from Hanan, MPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has urged President John Dramani Mahama to withhold assent to the recently passed tribunal's bill until broad national consultations are held. In a national address, Dr. Bawumia argued that reforms with significant implications for Ghana's judicial system should be based on consensus rather than parliamentary majority alone. He called for consultations with professional bodies, civil society, labor groups, and political parties to ensure the legislation reflects the collective interests of Ghanaians and strengthen public confidence in the judiciary.
Are congested, yes. But the answer to congested courts is to strengthen the courts, more judges, more courtrooms, and digitized processes. It is not to build a second system of justice. Mr. President, your government commands one of the largest majorities in the history of the Fourth Republic. With such numbers, Parliament can pass almost any bill it wishes. Not everything that can be passed should be passed. The larger the majority, the greater the duty of restraint. History will not ask how many votes a law received. It will ask whether the law is just, equitable, and seeks to promote and protect the interests of Ghanaians. My call is therefore simple and constructive. Withhold your assent. Convene genuine national engagement. Invite the Ghana Bar Association and other lawyers groups, organized labor, civil society, and the political parties, including my own. We will come in good faith and consult the judiciary itself, the institution that must live with whatever Parliament creates. Justice belongs to no government and no party. It belongs to the Ghanaian people. And a law that reshapes the architecture of justice should rest on national consensus.
Time now for some international news. Now, Uganda's government has suspended all school trips in the wake of Thursday evening's bus crash that killed at least 20 pupils and one adult who were taking part in an educational tour. Dozens of others, including staff, were injured in the accident in Kapochowa district in eastern Uganda. Preliminary investigation suggests that the bus had a mechanical fault before the driver lost control on the Chikiwatit Hill, a stretch of road that has been the site for several serious crashes, according to local officials. Uganda records thousands of road deaths a year, but this incident is one of the country's deadliest, involving children in recent times. Now, this brings us to the end of the WoezorTV report. Many thanks for staying with us. I'm Karen Naoyokoti.
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news.
Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing one man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, one every hour of the day. But the good news is, we're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United.
It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer, the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke. Because you know what you feel on the inside isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share. Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone. Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
Update on the Breakfast Cafe. My name is Godfred Abuafo. After 39 days, 104 games at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, it has finally come to a close. And guess what? Spain are the current world champions after beating Argentina 1-0 in the 105th minute. Goal by Barcelona forward Ferran Torres gave Spain their second ever FIFA World Cup. You shouldn't forget that they first won it in 2010 in South Africa. And so, as it stands now, in the history of the Spanish football, only 2 players have scored in the finals of World Cup. Andres Iniesta and yesterday Ferran Torres also joining us. Only 2 players because they've been to finals for only 2 times. And so they denied Argentina their second consecutive FIFA World Cup title. Yesterday, Lionel Messi was in tears after the game. It is unlikely that you may not see him in the next World Cup. But then Spain, the La Fuente's boys did the work. Here's the highlights of that game. Do enjoy. Is his first World Cup. But then let's look at some other awards of the game. Leo Messi went home with nothing. Let's put that on record after scoring 8 goals. The young player of the tournament went to Pau Kubasi. He plays for Barcelona. He's just 19 years, defender for the Spanish team. And the best goalkeeper went to Unai Simon, who also plays for Spain. And Rodri was adjudged the player of the tournament, so he won the golden ball in that regard, which I duly acknowledge that because he did so well in the tournament. Kylian Mbappe also won the golden boot, that is the top scorer of the tournament, scoring 10 goals, 2 goals ahead of Lionel Andre Messi in that regard. But then Mbappe is first to win World Cup golden boot twice on 2 consecutive times. Remember the last edition he scored 8 to win it, and this time around he increased the tally to 10 for himself in that regard. And so 104 games played. The total goals scored, excluding the penalty shootout, we scored 308, the highest total World Cup goals in history, 308 goals, and Kylian Mbappe only scored the 10 out of the 308. Now we had 126 players scoring the 308 goals, 277 yellow cards, and then 15 red cards in the tournament. As it stands now, it has come to a close, and Spain are the champions of the world. You shouldn't forget that the next edition they will be co-host, and so it is probably going to be whether a host and win matter or not. Spain, Morocco, and Portugal will be hosting the next edition, and Spain will be going into that tournament as defending champions. But let's talk about the new addition to the trophy. Now, this time around, the players were given some golden rings. Apart from the main trophy, And so yesterday, the Spanish boys received their golden rings that the FIFA is giving to them as a result of their winning the championship. So it's a new addition that has come on board for all the players apart from the medals. And so that is Rodri, rocking his own on his finger in there. The players all received their golden rings for winning the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It's a remarkable achievement in the history of football for Spain, because yes, the second time winning it, it's not easy. So they add another star to their one star, making it double star in that regard. Now let's move away from the World Cup, and let me remind you that the WAFCON is just around the corner, and the Black Queens are still in preparation for that. Today they are playing Tanzania, and so as part of their preparation, the game is at 6 p.m. so you are just being reminded that the players are still preparing for the start of the Women's African Cup of Nations. As part of that, they are playing Tanzania to sharpen their horns for the start of the tournament. I am Godfred Amwafo, and I brought you sports on the Breakfast Cafe. Asante, I will bring you entertainment. Do stay.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Only a father can understand. Only a husband can understand. Only a man can understand. Prostate cancer. It's about more than fear of cancer. It's about fear of losing urinary control and sexual function. That's why more men turn to Jackson South for robotic surgery than anywhere else in South Florida. Get the facts at jacksonprostatefacts.org. Miracles made daily.
When I saw his face slipping, I knew it was a stroke. I called an ambulance immediately to save the life we've built together.
The way her arm was hanging down wasn't right. I insisted to go straight to the hospital to save our mother and the family.
The way he was talking when the ambulance arrived alerted us. I rang ahead so the hospital staff were ready to save precious time and the future.
Welcome back from the quick break. You're still watching the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. I am Evergreen Asantua and this is the entertainment update. Now let's look at today's headlines. And Stonebwoy Obrafour lead Ghanaian stars for High Life to the World launch in Spain. Lali X Lola urge fans to arrive early for Fire and Flow Concert 4. Accra hosts Global Filmmakers for Creative Economy Initiative. Davido releases final single before new album. Riding, Mr. Easyback's fast payment for African footballers. And then we have star-studded World Cup halftime show sparks mixed reactions. And now to the details of these stories. And some of Ghana's biggest names in music are heading to Spain as the High Life to the World Black Star Experience 2027 campaign officially begins its international journey. Stonebwoy Obrafour, Amanziba Natbrew, Jupiter and Mr. Simons are among the headline acts set to perform in Barcelona on August 2nd, ahead of the global rollout of the campaign in 2027. The initiative follows UNESCO's recognition of High Life as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity and aims to promote Ghana's signature music genre to international audiences through performances, tourism, and cultural exchange. The campaign reinforces Ghana's commitment to preserving High Life while positioning it as a global cultural export. And you're seeing the promo video, let me just say trailer, on your screen with the details of the event that you need to know. So on the 2nd of August 2026, actually, this event is happening, but it is ahead of the 2027 Black Star Experience campaign, where they are promoting Ghana to the global stage or to the world. So make sure that wherever you find yourself in Spain on the 2nd of August, you're making your way to this event so that you can join the culture, you can join the motherland in celebrating that of our culture. You know, we eat Ghanaian, we talk Ghanaian, we do everything Ghanaian, just like that of Ghana month. There's no difference when it comes to this. It's just that this is August and Ghana month is March, but we are celebrating Ghana regardless. Now, away from that and still in music, Lali X Lola are promising fans more than just a concert as they prepare for the 4th edition of Fire and Flow concert in August 1st at Alliance Francaise in Accra. The duo says this year's event will bring together and also begin long before the live performances with traditional Ghanaian games, food, music, cultural activities, creating full-day experience for fans. They have urged attendees not to arrive late, explaining that the pre-show activities are an important part of celebrating Ghanaian identity and childhood memories. And according to the twins, Fire and Flow 4 is designed to bring people together through music, culture, and shared experiences. And also the details for this event is also on your screen. The time is 6:00 p.m. and of course tickets are available. The code you're seeing on your screen, you can purchase one and then go and enjoy Fire and Flow 4 by Lali X Lola. I've had the opportunity to talk to them a few times. If you've been paying attention to Tune Talk, you know that their energy is different, their synergy is also different, their performance, they can dance and they can sing. That is what me I love about them, because you're not just enjoying good music, you're also enjoying good performance when it comes to this music duo, which is Lali X Lola. So make sure that you're heading to Alliance Francaise on the set date, and then you're going to enjoy the twins performances. This year I'm going to do well, and I'm going to make sure that I go also and also have fun there. Now let's talk about Accra and filmmakers here in Ghana and beyond. And Accra is welcoming some of the world's leading filmmakers and television executives as the 2026 Ghana Creative Economy Initiative gets underway. The program features directing workshops, free masterclasses, and a creative economy summit designed to strengthen African's film and television industry through international collaborations. Industry professionals from Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, And Showmax will join renowned Hollywood creatives to train filmmakers while exploring new investment and business opportunities. The initiative positions Ghana as an emerging hub for creative innovation and international film partnerships. And I absolutely love this for the Ghanaian film community, because I look forward to this event almost every single year. And I know that the industry is also very, very excited about this, because why not? We get to learn, we get to connect, we get to meet people, we get to partner, and then we get to invest. We are always talking about investment in the Ghanaian movie industry, right? So hopefully this year's summit brings together good people, and then some good investment too as well. So you also mark your calendar for this event. You pay attention to their social media platforms so that when the date is finally out, you can join and then sign up for these free masterclasses and also workshops. Now let's talk about the video. And I informed you last week that he is preparing for his 6th studio album. He gave us one song just to prepare us ahead of the album, and he says that, okay, you guys should just calm down, because there can't be an album, right, without, you know, the energy, without the vibe. And he has dropped another song titled Give Me That Thing, featuring Number One, and the release is also on the 31st of July. So this song that I am talking about, once again, is titled Give Me That Thing, and is the final single ahead of his highly anticipated 6th studio album, Oride, and it features Nigerian singer Number 11, and the upbeat record blends Afrobeat and Amapiano while celebrating success, confidence, and enjoying the rewards of hard work. The single arrives alongside a vibrant music video and offers fans another taste of what to expect from the album, which drops on July 31. And the release continues the video's impressive global run as one of Afrobeat's biggest international stars. That is the song that the video has released, and this is to prepare us ahead of his 6th studio album, Oride, and this song is titled Give Me That Thing. You should go and listen to the entire song, take your time, soak it all in, and then embrace it. Probably it will give you some ideas, or probably what to, you know, anticipate or expect from Oride, which is the video's album dropping on July 31. An absolutely amazing song, and I know that we're also going to enjoy a very good 6th studio album. Now let's talk about Mr. Easy, and he's expanding his impact beyond music by championing faster payment for footballers across Africa. As chairman of Chop Life Gaming and ambassador for Bet Power's locker room bonus initiative, the singer is supporting a program that pays footballers directly within minutes after winning matches. Over the past year, the initiative has distributed more than $1.6 million to over 7,000 players across 8 African countries, with men's and women's teams receiving equal bonuses. Mr. Easy says the initiative is about rewarding performance and giving athletes timely access to money they have earned. And I also love how, you know, Mr. Easy's business side is showing and even making an impact, is reflecting wherever he finds himself lately. And this man is just doing way too much, not even in a bad way, because if we put music aside, you can find Mr. Easy almost in every bit, like a little bit of everything. Like, he's just exploring every business idea that he thinks can make an impact in people's life. Every business that he thinks that can also profit him, of course, because we do business to also earn some profit or money. So I love this for the African players who are enjoying this initiative, and also for the people or the players who are yet to also enjoy or benefit from this initiative. Now, to something that happened last night and something that kept us awake. A lot of people, in fact a lot of us, including myself, we didn't sleep because we had to, of course, enjoy the FIFA World Cup final, and I love the performances that we saw on them. But did you know that the performances oh my god, it means so much, but it meant so little to some of us because we were just so focused on the match itself. Within 11 minutes, look at the performances that happened. Look at the stagecraft, the production. At a point, watching the match or the final halftime show felt like everything was recorded. Meanwhile, people in the stadium were saying that it was what we are seeing, like it is happening live. And Khaled, BTS, Shakira, Burna Boy, Jennifer Hudson, like you name it, Justin Bieber. Oh my god. And I just can't even forget about that performance. You know, let's even forget about what people are talking about, like the critiques that the time was limited, but they were trying to do too much and all of that. But let's focus on the good part of these performances, and I had to put together some of the highlights from the performances for you. So let's just enjoy it and then we'll come back. So yes, this is just, you know, people would want to say the tip of the iceberg, but if you had the opportunity to enjoy the full show last night, I'm very sure that you had as much fun as I did, because I enjoyed every single bit of it. And the defense game was just crazy. And congratulations going out to Spain and of course Argentina, because they also played in fact they played well. Yesterday's game was very tough. People were saying the defense and all of that, but I'm not here to talk sport. I'm talking about the entertainment bit, and I also loved the performances and every bit of it. Jennifer's outfit, very amazing. I love the white, very flawless. Her vocal, girl, like you can scream like that and still be on like your key. Oh, that is so crazy. And also the speculations or rumors that Sweli's outfit was made by Ghanaian, and the name is also Flower Boy, but I'm still doing my diggings to find out who this Ghanaian designer is, because he needs to take home some flowers. We need to give him his flowers, because that jacket was amazing and very very lovely. So that will be all for today's entertainment update here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. I am Evergreen Asantua. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the show.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke. Because you know what you feel on the inside isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
Find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
Find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share.
seriously, people care about you. It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone. Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone. It's how things get better.
So thanks to Asantua for bringing us the latest update in the world of entertainment. Godfred also bringing us update as far as the World Cup and to a large extent sports is concerned. But it's time we head into probably the last leg of our show this morning. The focal point is on what we witnessed heading into last week. I mean the latter part of last week. It has to do with the passage of the tribunal bill, which has sparked some level of controversy in Parliament. And I mean in the political space to a large extent. But the question remains, what exactly does this tribunal bill seek to address? We know from all perspectives that it is just to check the lacuna in the legal space. But critics of the bill are arguing that this is just a whip to use against opponents of the government. And they trace it back to the very time this was initiated. I mean, way back using the PNDC law and the leadership of the then leader, Flight Lieutenant Jerry Rawlings and all of that. So they see it as though it's just a means of paying back, I mean, critics and opponents of the government. But is that really the case? What are these tribunals meant for? Let's get on to the phone lines and speak to governance and leadership expert Professor Enoch Opoku-Entry. Hopefully we get some legal interpretations to all of this as well. But Prof is joining us via Zoom. Prof, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. How are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, Randy. Good morning to everybody in dear Ghana.
We know it's very early at your end, but you still made time for us this morning. But Prof, let's get to talk about this tribunal bill. From where you sit, what does it even mean when we talk about tribunals? What exactly, in simple man's term, what is it?
Tribunals simply means justice to your doorsteps. That is what it's supposed to mean. So you asked the question, and I've seen headlines today where the former Vice President Bawumia is saying that Ghana needs stronger courts, not a parallel justice structure. So I'm taking it from there so that I can explain to our viewers and listeners everywhere in the world so that they can also make informed decisions about what is happening. Because when you hear a lot of people doing politics about these things, you take a step back. And sometimes you don't need legal advice. You need neutral people, just like, the court system will have independent individuals to come and be a jury to adjudicate some of these cases. So let's ask ourselves, do the United States operate under tribunal system? And the answer is yes. They operate in a dual parallel tribunal system, and that includes the federal courts and then the state courts. They all work together on the same criminal and civil cases. What about special courts? Yes, they have special courts for taxes, for bankruptcies. So the tribunal system is in America. What about the UK? They also have tribunal court system that operates alongside their traditional civil and their criminal courts. So the UK also have tribunals. What about Spain? They also have a formal tribunal system called tribunales. France have the same, Australia have the same. So we are not the only country that want to have a tribunal system. But there are arguments for and arguments against in Ghana's context. And that is why I'm here, so that I can explain to the ordinary person on the citizens on the street what is going on. Now, if you look at the arguments, let me do
as you have established, but let me bring in Honorable Yunusa Fuseni. He is a private legal practitioner, a former member of parliament. Of course, he would have been part of the people who would have passed this bill, but he is not in parliament this time around. But Honorable, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. I mean, tribunal bill is passed. It has sparked level of controversies, especially the resistance from the minority. They say this is just a yardstick to punish or take revenge against the opponents of this bill. Is that really what the tribunals are?
No. The simple answer is no. The tribunal, and you are making it look like it's a Newton. It's not a Newton. The tribunal system is known to the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. The Article 142 of the Constitution. You have the regional tribunal. What the MPP did under Kufuor was they cut off the district tribunals and circuit tribunals, and by doing that they killed the regional tribunals, because the system was arranged in such a way that the district tribunal, an appeal from the district tribunal will go to the circuit tribunal, and an appeal from the circuit tribunal will go to the regional tribunal. An appeal from the regional tribunal will go to the Court of Appeal and then to the Supreme Court. But what MPP, because of their historic aversion to the tribunal system, they couldn't amend the Constitution. So what they did was to cut off the life of the regional tribunal at the district and circuit level. That's what we must all understand. It's not a Newton. Okay. Number two, I have looked at the report of Parliament, and you introduced me as a former member of Parliament, so I know the procedure in Parliament. The bill to establish re-establish the district tribunal and the regional tribunal was laid in Parliament on the 26th of June 2026 and referred to two committees of Parliament, the Constitutional and Legal Committee of Parliament and the Judicial Committee of Parliament. So it was a joint sitting. After deliberations from this joint committee, they all unanimously agreed that the bill be passed into law, subject to the amendments that were proffered. So there was no objection to the passage of the bill into law. So what the minority leader and Dr. Bawumia and others are saying is an afterthought. Because when the bill came to Parliament and was referred to the committees, the relevant committees for work and a report, consideration and report, they reported that the bill be passed into law.
All right, Honorable, I'm grateful, but stick and stay with me. I'll come back so you wrap up for me in a jiffy. But let me get back to Professor Enoch quickly on what he says Ghanaians ought to know. Prof, if you can just, make that point known to us clearly.
Yes, as I was saying, and Honorable has said a couple of things that I wanted to say, but that is okay. It's all about the history. So I've talked to you about different countries that practices the tribunal system. And unfortunately, we have a history where, according to the minority, people are terrified and they have bad memories and bitterness when they hear the word tribunal. So they cringe when they hear the word tribunal. But they also talk about political abuse, the risk of it, and job for the boys. They talk about why not strengthen the existing court system because it is working. And the question to Ghanaians is our traditional system or the established legal system working at the district level, at the grassroots level? The answer is no. And we all know a backlog of cases that are still sitting there and people who are walking free at the streets that the case has not been called yet. Then they also talk about cost and corruption concerns and then the undermining of public confidence through that. I know my friend Ansansari has also talked about the tribunal system going to have 3 judges when already the ones in the district, we already have 1 in the East District and some of them are corrupted. So if you are bringing 3, that would lead to more corruption. These are personal concerns about it. But I think it all boils down to one word: fairness. The countries, US, Australia, the UK, the Spain system all have tribunals. And as Honorable Fuseni said, yes, our legal system supports that. So we have the 1992 Constitution that have Article 142 and 143 that supports it. We also have the Court Act, Act 459, that supports it. We have the Legal Green Association that supports it. We also have a bipartisan discussion of this, joint committees in Parliament that supported it already. But now that it was being passed, they decided to walk out of it. So I think that they felt it's not going to be fair and they don't know who is going to appoint the judges at the tribunals and how they are going to adjudicate cases. But if we all have the trust in our court system and we have the 1992 Constitution that supports this, and as I said, we have the Legal Act, the Court Act that also supports it, and then the Legal Green Association that also supports it, I think that it is one of the avenues that we can use to do a lot of things. One, clear all the huge backlog of cases so that we can have faster justices. We can have it proved in the Constitution already. We'll fight corruption very quick because there are a lot of cases of fraud, misappropriation of state funds, and abuse of public office that are still sitting and nothing has been done about it. We also will have accessible legal system and justice at the district level. US, they have the county courts, that is the district, the same as district in Ghana, that you can go. And then we can also be assured of fairness according to the Attorney General, that he will make sure that they go through the strict constitutional provisions so that they will have an oversight of everything. So I think that judging from a lot of backlog of cases that go and come, some cases have been sitting for 7 years, 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, and nothing has been done about it. If we are going to speed up the process and then people will have justice delivered at their doorsteps, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Grateful. Finally, before I let you go, is it the way to go? Does this fast track some of the cases that are already pending?
Yes, the name of the game of justice is evidence. So if the evidences are there and they've gone through trial and have listened to all the witnesses and then the evidence, I don't know why the case still are pending and there have not been judgments. When we have those judgments and then quickly dispense of, we'll have peace in our neighborhood, because at the local level there are a lot of many petty cases sitting down. I visited some of these courts and I can tell you that, my brother, sometimes when it rains the roofs are leaking, and then some of these documents, we are also not fully automated. So we have a lot of paper and pen work that the rain can even destroy all of them. So why don't we, if we have the evidence and then it's gone through trial, we've seen all the evidences, and then we've asked all the questions, why can't we educate the cases? And I think that having the tribunals will help us clear all the backlog, provided the fears of the opposition is addressed, which is the fairness. So we are all praying that it will be a fair justice system so that nobody will think that we are going back to the military time.
Thank you so much. I think we'll have a broader conversation on this in the coming days as well. Prof, we are grateful.
Definitely.
So viewers, that's Professor Enoch entry speaking to us on the passage of the tribunal bill. But let's wrap up with Honorable Inusa Hussein. And the same question, Honorable, is this a turnaround for the justice delivery system we've all been calling for?
First of all, you must understand the rationale for the tribunal. That ordinary citizens will take part in the delivery of justice. So you have a tribunal chaired by a chairman who will be a judge or a lawyer, a trained lawyer, who becomes the chairman of the, and two ordinary citizens of this country, men of integrity, moral uprightness, and respected community members. They sit with the tribunal to deliver justice. Now, so this tribunal will complement what is happening in the regular courts. In fact, the passage of the bill is consistent with the Constitution. It has constitutional safeguards for people who will appear before the tribunal. It is compliant with the rule of law and clearly insulated against manipulation by the executive or any other organ of government. So it's a system that clearly will help dispense justice expeditiously. And when I hear people talking about tribunals, they confuse the public. The tribunals that were established under the Fourth Republic, under the 1992 Constitution, which manifested itself in district tribunals, circuit tribunals, and regional tribunals, were the most patronized. I appeared before district tribunals, I appeared before circuit tribunals, and I appeared before regional tribunals. Do you remember the case of Benjilu? Or you have heard about, once upon a time, there was a case of Benjilu. It was tried in the regional tribunal.
Yeah.
Do you remember the case of Baby Okansi? Do you remember? Or you have read about it? It was tried in the tribunal. No one, since this matter came up last week, no one has pointed to one incident of an abuse of the rights of a person who appeared before the tribunals. No one. The tribunals were responsible for stemming the tide of drug trade in this country, because almost all cases of drug trafficking were sent to the tribunals. And people felt comfortable going to the tribunals to seek justice. I simply do not understand what these people mean when they say it's a return to the old. I think that the NDC went to the people of Ghana and promised to recover the stolen public resources. NDC went to the people of Ghana to say we will fight Galamsey. They endorsed our promise. The tribunal is one such vehicle that we can use to fulfill that promise.
Thank you. Thank you. And as I mentioned to Professor Enoch, I think I would have to tell you as well, in the coming days, we'll have a broader conversation on it as well. Wish you the best. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very well. Viewers, there you heard Honorable Inusa Hussein, former member of parliament and also a private legal practitioner, adding his voice to the conversation that's been ongoing since last week as far as the tribunal bill is concerned. Well, we heard from the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He mentioned that the president ought not to assent to the bill as at now. He says that there should be a broader stakeholder engagement before before the president assents to it. Let's see how it pans out in the coming days anyway. The proponents believe that yes, it is the game changer for the justice delivery system. Others feel otherwise, but we leave it as it is now. Interesting developments ahead. But before we go, Charlie, who are we celebrating? Some wonderful people, right?
Oh, yeah. Some amazing people. Let's really do this real quick and then we'll get out of here. So coming out from the weekend, 20th July 2026, let's celebrate some belated birthdays and then we cake.
Oh, some people them won't come in the weekend. Yes. We know if you celebrate them.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is okay.
Let's do that real quick and then we'll sign off. So, yeah, we share with you in your special day today and over the weekend to belated happy birthday. So who are we celebrating first? Warewa. Yeah, it's your birthday. What's your birthday? Belated happy birthday to you. And this is coming from Selassie here at WoezorTV to you. Enjoy your year. Belated happy birthday to you. Away from here, let's celebrate another amazing personality. I have your Gershon, belated happy birthday to you. My bullet sticker, my. So I.
But how did you say that, Gershon?
Yeah, Gershon.
That's how you guys call him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so he handed over to me in teen and
okay.
The struggle we went through.
Fine boy.
AG, happy belated happy birthday to you. God bless you so much. We pray for lots of money for you so that I can be spending it.
It be like Gershons are ever so. Majority of the Gershons are no.
So some of the names when you see on this one. So yeah, AG, belated happy birthday to you. Away from him, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Menyonyam Ekufu, belated happy birthday to you too. And this is coming from your husband, lawyer to 40 US, and the rest of us, of course. Belated happy birthday to you, and may the Lord continue to bless you so much for us. Enjoy your new year. Away from here, who are we celebrating again? Louise Kemenyo, belated happy birthday to you too. Have a great year. Wish you the very best that life has got to offer. Away from Louise, who are we celebrating again? Ya Abrefi Ankuma, my baby girl. Belated happy birthday to you, sweetheart. And yeah, from Ethel, myself, we all wish you a blessed year, an amazing year. May the Lord continue to bless you so much and may all your wishes come true. Abre, belated happy birthday to you. Away from here, let's see who we are celebrating again. Mami Efwa Nakwa Kwanzaa, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Mami Efwa. May this year be a great year for you. May it be a wonderful year. May it be an amazing year for you. Enjoy your year to the fullest and wish you the very best that life has got to offer. And this is coming from Jabs to you. He says, happy birthday to a wonderful soul. Much love, good success and grace in this new year. May you continue to live the higher life. On this special day, I wish you joy that makes the heart sing. Do remember that in God's garden, you are his forget-me-not flower. Okay, Jabs, happy. So, Mami Fwa, this is from Jabs to you. Happy birthday to you. Away from here, let's celebrate Chairman Sewo. It's your birthday too today. Happy birthday to you, Chairman Sewo. This is coming from Randia Haji here at WoezorTV.
Whole West constituency.
Right. So, yeah, Chairman, happy birthday to you. The Lord bless you so much. Away from him, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Hillary Nana Ekia Kwapon Chumwa. This is coming from Danielle here at WoezorTV to you. She wishes you a great year. So enjoy your year, Hillary Nana Ekia Chumwa. Nana Ekia Kwapon Chumwa. Enjoy your year. And I think last but not least on birthdays this morning. Last one, please. Can we have it? Okay. Kobe Ampofo King, happy birthday to you. And there's the wish comes said today we celebrate a promising young man in this journey of life. At every step, you have shown character, drive, and a heart of gold. May this new year bring you bigger wins, wisdom, and open wide doors for you. From the KHAP and everyone who believes in you, they wish you a happy birthday. So enjoy your year, Kobe Ampofo King. And so that'll be it for birthdays this morning here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. And this is where we draw down curtains on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe too. Thank you so much for staying with us until you come your way again tomorrow. Keep enjoying our shows and take care of yourself. It's bye for now.